Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon. On the national news from BGI Television this hour, first the headlines. I'll be fair to all Nigerians, Tinubu declares. FG will recover 2 banks illegally sold to Emefiele, CBN investigator. Our former CBN governor used proxies to acquire banks, Jim Obasi. Reactions as 9,000 federal civil servants failed promotion exams. I'm dying of cancer, allow me to return to Nigeria. Ex-Petroleum Minister Diezani begs Tinubu government. On sports, Nwabali excited over Super Eagles prospects. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. The news in detail. President Bola Tinubu reassured Nigerians of his determination to be just to all as his administration strives to advance the unity of the country and ensure the welfare and prosperity of the citizens. Speaking at the Ansarudeen Central Mosque in Surulere, Lagos, the president said economic reforms initiated by his government were aimed at establishing a robust and secure foundations for Nigerians today and for generations unborn. Tinubu will join the Muslim Ummah to observe Jummah prayers marking the centennial anniversary of Ansarudeen Society of Nigeria, commended the society for its service to humanity, contributions to the propagation of the tenets of Islam, and efforts in uplifting the downtrodden. He implored members of the society to remain committed to the objectives of advancing the education of citizens, as well as promoting the moral and social development of the Muslim Ummah. The president thanked the Ansarudeen Society for their support during the 2023 elections, emphasizing that their efforts serve as a motivation for his government to stay resolute in delivering good governance to the people. Reiterating his commitment to the welfare of all citizens, Tinubu, who is on a brief Christmas holiday in Lagos, said the recent 50% cut in interstate land transportation fares nationwide and the payment of the N-Power beneficiaries' backlog of allowances, among other reliefs, were all efforts aimed at alleviating the burden of Nigerians this festive season, saying much more should be expected in the new year. It is instructive that Ansarudeen has attained 100 years through a systematic strategy that maintains its mission and vision. This is a testimony to what focused planning can achieve in a society, the president added. Jim Obasi, the President Bola Tinubu administration's investigator probing the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN, has revealed that the government is on the verge of recovering 2 banks illegally sold to former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele. According to the report, Emefiele used proxies to acquire Union Bank of Nigeria for Titan Trust Bank Limited and Keystone Bank without any evidence of payments. Accordingly, Obasi submitted a report of his investigations into acquiring Union Bank and Keystone Bank to President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday in 2 separate letters dated 20th December 2023. This is coming on the heels of findings by the investigator that Emefiele illegally lodged billions of naira in public funds in no fewer than 593 bank accounts in the United States, United Kingdom, and China, without the approval of the Apex Bank Board of Directors and the CBN Investment Committee. Similarly, Emefiele was indicted for 22.7 trillion naira ways and means advance to the federal government without approval from former President Muhammadu Buhari. The revelations were contained in the interim report submitted by Obasi to President Tinubu on December 9, 2023. When we carried out the investigation, we discovered that some persons were used as proxies by Godwin Emefiele to set up Titan Trust Bank and acquire Union Bank therefrom, all from ill-gotten wealth. Otherwise, we are on the verge of recovering these 2 banks for the federal government. President Tinubu appointed Obasi to probe the CBN after the suspension of Emefiele, who presided over the Apex Bank from June 4, 2014 to June 9, 2023. Emefiele is currently in prison for failing to meet bail conditions after Justice Amza Mohazu had on November 22nd granted him bail over 1.2 billion naira procurement charges, but information this morning reveals that yes, he has met the bail term. Moving on to the next story. Nigerians were shocked to the marrow over the news that no fewer than 9,000 civil servants who sat for the 2022 Federal Civil Service Commission's promotion exams failed. According to the report, the list of the workers' performance was obtained from the Federal Civil Service Commission. Information gathered that out of about 13,000 civil servants that sat for the examination, which was held in about 69 computer-based test centers across the country, over 9,000 failed, leaving the number of the successful candidates in the neighborhood of 4,000. The candidates, the report said, were drawn from the core civil service, including the Nigerian police, other paramilitaries, and specialized agencies. The report also said that the letter containing the list of the successful civil servants was dated November 30, 2023, and sent from the Federal Civil Service Commission. A cursory look at the list showed that only 3,851 civil servants out of over 13,000 civil servants who sat for the promotion exams passed, while the rest failed. Since the report filtered into the public domain, Nigerians have been reacting, with many saying that the major problem which the country faces today is the use of unqualified and dumb civil servants. Diezani, a former petroleum minister under former President Goodluck Jonathan, who fled to the United Kingdom due to fears of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), has appealed to the President Bola Tinubu-led Nigerian government for leniency. Diezani, who is reportedly in the second stage of cancer, implored Tinubu to permit her to return to Nigeria to confess to her financial misconduct during her tenure. Speaking to press in London after a medical visit, the ex-petroleum minister, accused of embezzling billions of dollars from Nigeria, expressed her readiness to disclose details of the funds she allegedly misappropriated while in office. According to information, she said, "I'm now a born-again Christian and currently grappling with a second stage of cancer, for which my United Kingdom-based physicians has advised me to continue medication for the rest of my life. Yes, no one is flawless, but sometimes God Almighty permits such occurrence. I've been accused of financial misconduct during my tenure as a petroleum minister, and it's true. However, I would like President Bola Tinubu and Nigerians to forgive me and allow me to return to home and contribute, because life is transient." She went on to mention her association with Dauda Lawal, the governor of Zamfara State currently, to whom she entrusted over $9 billion for safekeeping while he served as executive director of First Bank PLC. "My husband and entire family, including my Nigerian lawyer based in the United Kingdom, knew my relationship with Dauda Lawal Dari, the current Zamfara State governor, whom I entrusted over $9 billion for safekeeping while he was executive director of the First Bank Nigeria PLC. Unfortunately, it has now come to a point that Mr. Dauda Lawal is no longer picking my phone calls and even worked in collaboration with the UK police to put me under surveillance, maybe to reclaim the money I entrusted to him when I die." Information also reported that a court in UK is trying Alison Madueke over bribery allegations. As the Yuletide draws nearer, barely 3 days to this year's Christmas, the Department of State Services has called on Nigerians and all operators of recreation and worship centers to be vigilant. Dr. Peter Afunaya, Director of Public Relations and Strategic Communications, DSS, in a statement, urged Nigerians to report any strange activities, movements, and persons to security operatives. The service also urged the citizens to be security conscious and pay attention to their environment. Similarly, operators and patrons of recreation, motor parks, fun places, worship centers, supermarkets, and other public places and spaces should be alert and take appropriate measures to protect their facilities and the users. Therefore, the service encourages members of the public to use the opportunity of the celebration to promote unity and peaceful coexistence. On a sad note from the entertainment world, a Nollywood actor, Dejumo Lewis, is dead. The veteran actor died at the age of 80. Actor Saeed Balogun confirmed his passing in a post shared on his Instagram account today. Sharing the photo of the late veteran, Saeed wrote, "Good night, Dejumo Lewis. May your soul rest in perfect peace, RIP." While the specific details surrounding Lewis' passing remain undisclosed, Balogun's tribute has ignited an outpouring of condolences from fans and other actors and actresses. Lewis is a Nigerian film and television actor famous for the Kabisi role in The Village Headmaster, Nigeria's longest-running television soap opera shown on NTA from 1968 to 1988 that shared Justice Asiri and Femi Robinson and many others. Lewis is also known for his memorable performances in acclaimed films such as A Place in the Stars 2014, Crossroads 2020, and Power of One 2018. RIP to the legendary. Finally, sports. Chippa United goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali says he is poised to give his best if he makes the final list of the Super Eagles squad to the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations or the next year in Cote d'Ivoire. The former go-round and Enyimba goalkeeper is in the 40-man list submitted to the Confederation of African Football (CAF), and with the squad to be trimmed to between 23 and 27 on or before January 3rd, 2024, Nwabali said he is eagerly expecting the final list. Nwabali, who spoke glowingly of his admiration for the Eagles' invitation, promised to give his best, adding that having the privilege to be in the midst of the Eagles is a great motivation to him. Meanwhile, former Under-23 goalkeeper Greg Etafia has appealed to the Super Eagles technical crew to give Chippa United goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali a chance to prove himself. Etafia, a former goalkeeper of Morocco Swallows of South Africa and Lobby Stars, admitted he never heard of Nwabali while playing in the Nigerian league, but noted that his performance since he got to South Africa with Chippa United has been top-notch. With our sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news from BGI TV. Before we go, some major headlines. I will be fair to all Nigerians, Tinubu declares. FG will recover 2 banks illegally sold to Emefiele, CBN investigator Jim Obasi. Reaction as 9,000 federal civil servants failed promotion exams. We're brought to you, I'm dying of cancer, allow me to return to Nigeria. Ex-Petroleum Minister Diezani begs Tinubu. On sports, we're brought to you, Nwabali excited over Super Eagles prospects. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Bagbagade Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagade Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement, if goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. As we move closer to this year's Xmas celebration, I'm wishing all Christian faithfuls all the best celebration and use the teachings of Christ to make a peaceful coexistence among all. Nigeria shall be great again. Thank you.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.